Today's Cuban word of the day is coger. Now let me explain. I don't want anyone saying, coger is a word in Spanish that everyone uses. Yes, 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 yes. But Cubans use it differently. And let me give you an example. Mami, voy a coger eso que está allá. Okay. Coger for Cubans would be, I'm going to go grab. It's to grab something. And I know that for most Hispanics, coger is something completely different and has nothing to do with going to grab something. So today's Cuban word of the day, more like our meaning, the way that we use this word, the meaning behind this word is so different for us, and that would be coger. Cuban word of the day, bicho. I know that my Puerto Ricans are gonna lose it with this one, but this means something completely different for Cubans. Let me give you an example. Juanita, tengo un montón de bichos en la casa. Let me translate what that means. Juanita, there are a ton of insects, bugs inside of my house. So bichos for Cubans is insect, bugs. Today's Cuban word of the day is fresca. Let me give you an example. Ay, mijita, qué fresca esa niña. Let me translate that literally. Oh my God, girlie, that girl is so fresh. Now let me explain what that means. Fresca is someone who's disrespectful, someone that's rude. So Cubans use the word fresca or fresco for a guy when they're disrespectful or rude. Today's Cuban word of the day is absorbente. Let me give you an example. Maria, ¿me puedes traer un absorbente con la soda, por favor? Let me translate that. So that would be, Maria, can you please bring me a straw with my soda? I have heard, every time I say absorbente to a person that isn't Cuban, they go, oh, ¿qué es eso? I hear pitillo, popote, y un montón de otras palabras que se usan. So this one might be exclusively owned by Cubans. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But in my experience, no one, unless they're Cuban, uses absorbente. So that's your Cuban word of the day. Today's Cuban word of the day is blúmer. Let me give you an example. Mami, me hace falta comprarme blúmer nuevos para el año nuevo. That would translate to, Mom, I need to buy new underwear for the new year. So Cubans call underwear blúmer. Cuban word of the day, mango. And of course, mango, Cubans don't own that word. Everyone uses that word, but it's the way, the meaning behind, the other meaning behind mango for Cubans. So let me give you an example. Mami, ¿viste a ese tipo? Tremendo mango. Let me translate. Mom, did you see that guy? I'm going to translate this literally. What a mango. What that means is an attractive person. So when someone is really attractive, you would call them tremendo mango. Today's Cuban word of the day is almendrón. Let me give you an example. Mami, cuando lleguemos a La Habana, me encantaría montarme en un almendrón. Let me translate that. Mom, when we get to Havana, I would really like to ride a almendrón. So almendrón are the typical classic cars that you see when you search up Cuba, specifically Havana. It's the American car, that really old classic American car from the 50s. Cubans call that car, that type of car, almendrón. Cuban word of the day, Mickey Mouse. Let me give you an example. Mami, ordené unas cosas en Temu, pero son Mickey Mouse. Let me translate. Mom, I ordered some things off of Temu, but they're Mickey Mouse. Let me explain what that means. And it's not Mickey Mouse, it's Mickey Mouse. And what that means is that the quality, muy malo. The quality is poor, the quality is bad. So anything, any kind of product that isn't good, you would just say it's Mickey Mouse. Okay, it's not good. No bueno. I have no idea where Cubans came up with that one, but it is a thing that I have heard throughout the years, and someone recently reminded me of that one. Today's Cuban word of the day is acabando. Now, acabando is a word in Spanish that everybody uses, but Cubans have added a new meaning, a different meaning to this word. So let me give you an example. Mami, vi los videos que estás haciendo y estás acabando. Let me translate that. Mom, I saw the videos that you're making and you're crushing it. You're killing it, right? Acabando means like the end of something. That's for everybody, right? Like that's the meaning of the word. And then Cubans have also used that word to signify or to mean you're crushing it, you're killing it. So today's Cuban word of the day is acabando. Today's Cuban word of the day is ubícate. Let me give you an example. Samantha, ubícate. Ponte pa esto que te veo perdida. Let me translate. Samantha, locate yourself that you seem lost. Now let me explain what that means. So ubícate would be location, right? Like that's the literal translation of that word. But Cubans like to use the word ubícate to tell you like, girl, get it together. Get it together. So ubícate, when someone tells you, oye, ubícate, it's like, oye, get it together. That I see that you're not on the right path. So today's Cuban word of the day is ubícate. Today's Cuban word of the day is ajustador. Let me give you an example. Mami, tengo que ir a la tienda para comprarme un ajustador blanco para un vestido que tengo. Let me translate that. Mom, I need to buy a white bra for this dress that I have. So ajustador for Cubans is bra. I've heard most of my life when I say that to somebody that isn't Cuban, they're like, what is that? ¿Qué es un ajustador? They're like, no, esto se llama un brasier. Esto se llama un sostén. So everybody, at least that I've encountered, that isn't Cuban will say, I've never heard that word, ajustador. This is the correct word. So today's Cuban word of the day is ajustador. Today's Cuban word of the day is fruta bomba. Let me give you an example. Mami, hace falta ir a Publix que quiero comprar fruta bomba. Mom, we need to go to Publix because I want to buy fruta bomba. Fruta bomba is papaya. I think that this even might be a regional thing in Cuba, and not everyone in Cuba calls it fruta bomba. Some people might call it papaya. My Cubans that are from different parts of Cuba, please let me know. But I have heard my mother say fruta bomba as well as other Cubans. So another way of saying papaya is to say fruta bomba. So that is your Cuban word of the day. Today's Cuban word of the day is mongo or monga. And I want to first thank one of my followers for sending me this message and telling me, hey, remember the word mongo? Monga? Yes, thank you. So if you have a suggestion, leave it down below or send me a DM. Now let's get into the Cuban word of the day. Let me give you an example. Mami, esa niña es tremenda monga. Let me translate. Mom, that girl is such a dummy. Or mom, that girl's so stupid. So mongo or monga means dumb or stupid. So now you have a new Cuban word of the day. And follow for more Cuban content, first generation Latina content.